Alright, so we're going to talk through the electric guitar parts for Live Like You're Loved. This is... Alright, so we're going to talk through the electric guitar parts for Live Like You're Loved. There's only one unfamiliar fingering that you're going to have to learn, and then everything else that you play is going to be some sort of variation off of either power chords or bar chords that are already completely familiar to you. So, you will be out, the electric guitar is going to be out until the pre-chorus. And in the pre-chorus, you're going to come in with this cool melodic, You're going to come in with this cool melodic line that sounds something like this. And that's just right there on the B string. 7, 5, 8, 7, 5. So I just plant my first finger on the 5th fret, and then use my 3rd and my 4th on the 7th and 8th. Just finger it that way. And this is tabbed out for you on your guitar notes sheet. So that'll come in the pre-chorus, and it sounds, I haven't tried to sing this and play this at the same time, but I'll try it now, I'll give it a shot. So, I'm telling you something. Oh, it changed everything. Oh, nope, can't sing and play at the same time. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm telling you something. Changed everything. No more giving. So, you just trace through that line in the pre-chorus, and like I said, that's the only kind of unfamiliar thing that you're going to have to learn. When you get to the chorus 1, you'll be playing octaves, but I'm just going to show you the fingerings of the chords that you'll be playing through basically the whole rest of the song. Your D, instead of your normal power chord D that you played on here, you're actually going to voice it up here on 10, 12, and 12. And then for that passing D over F sharp, if you slide that same fingering, you're going to keep your 1st, 2nd, and 3rd fingers on those low strings, the E, A, and D strings, the bottom 3 strings, this whole time. So for the D over F, that passing chord, slide that whole shape right down to the 5th fret, and then take off your 2nd finger. So you get... That's actually a D over A, but it's true to the recording. The bass is going to play that F sharp, but you're going to play a D over A. So, and then the G is just going to be your normal power chord G. The B minor will be a normal power chord B minor. 7 and 9, and then A, right there, which is the same as that D over A, except now you're going to add your 2nd finger to make it an A chord and not a D chord. Just like that. So, in later parts of the song, you'll be playing those chords as full power chords. In the first chorus, though, you're just going to play octaves. So, those are the same shapes, except instead of putting your 2nd finger there on that middle note on the A string, you want to mute the A string. So you can either do that with your 2nd finger. I find that it's easier to do it with my 1st. So if you're voicing this chord, take your 2nd finger off, and then just slightly lift your 1st finger so that that A string is muted. If you've never played octaves, I'm sure that you have, but that's the general idea. So in chorus 1, like I said, you're going to be playing octaves. It's going to sound something like this. So go ahead and... When you get to chorus 2, that like little secondary chorus thing after the first chorus, you'll be strumming the chords, but you'll be doing the full bar chord, or the full power chord voicing. So not just octaves, but the full voice. And live like you listen to the rest of the band and really lock in with those hits, because that's an important part of the song where everyone is together. So if you're not together, it's going to be pretty obvious. Verse 2, you'll be out the first half, and then you'll come in the second half playing little arpeggios. I tabbed them out for you on your guitar note sheet, but this is just, if you are just playing the normal bar chord voicing of each of these, of each of the chords, and really just the D, G, and A, then you'll get this. So there's your... Let's try that again. Here's your D chord. I know how to guitar, I promise. So bar with your fifth, bar on the 5th fret with your first finger, and A shape on the 7th fret, and then G, and then A, just up a fret from there. So if you are just making those bar chords with your hand, then everything else just kind of falls into place. And I'm going to finger pick this just because it's easier for me, but if I were you, you can start by finger picking it, and then I would try and work up to being able to play it with a pick. I have an easier time finger picking things than I do picking things, but the pick will give you a cleaner sound, and it'll come through the mix a little bit better. So work up to being able to play with a pick. So here's what those arpeggios sound like, and keep in mind they only come in the second half of verse 2, so you're only going to play through the progression one time. Just like that. Then in pre-chorus 2, you're going to have that same melodic line that you had in pre-chorus 1. The next chorus, the next pair of choruses is going to be exactly the same as the first, so go ahead and live like you loved. You're going to be playing the octaves, just the octaves, and then and live like you loved, you'll play the full power chords. So again, you're just voicing them the same way that you had before. Now, when you get to the bridge, you're going to be voicing your chords the same way that you did with chorus 2. So these are the full power chords, and you'll be just doing hits with the rest of the band. So, sounds like this. Live like you loved. And the trick there is really going to be to listen to the rest of the band and really lock in with them, and you'll notice in the bridge chords, as opposed to the chorus progression, it doesn't have that passing D over F sharp, so it's just a chord that you're just going to kind of skip and omit. In the breakdown chorus, the first line, so go ahead and live like you loved, you won't play anything, and then the next line of the breakdown chorus, which is the third line of the chorus, his love has made you more than enough, you're going to play... Instead of octaves like you normally do in that part of the chorus, you're just going to play what you would normally play on the low E string. So, his love has made you more than enough. And from there, straight into a regular chorus. So, I'll just do the breakdown, the second line of the breakdown chorus into a normal chorus. So, so go ahead and live like you loved. His love has made you more than enough. So go ahead and live like idea. So breakdown chorus, you're just doing that single note on the E string, but it's the same position that you've been playing on the E string this whole time. You're just not playing the other notes. When chorus 1 comes back around, it's octaves just like before. Chorus 2 comes around, it's full power chords just like before. And then the bridge, you're just going to continue that chorus 2 feel. So very similar to the other bridge, except instead of hits, it's a full chorus energy feel straight through the tag. And that is everything you'll need to know for this song.